look at me and point myself right off the track. We can't afford your liability, they tell me. Here we go. See a breathing fire ready to get rolling here, and off they go. One didn't take off right away. Now he's got her up to speed, and that is the 4.42, getting that hole shot of Ryan Kuhn. Bowerly right there with him though, as they work their way into the FXR corner already. Ryan Kuhn with Bowerly giving chase. Bowerly taking the outside now. He's going to try the outside line to see if he can rocket himself by. Doesn't quite have enough, as Ryan Kuhn is able to keep his lead going into the Ziegler Cat section. Oh, it is? Yeah, it is Bowerly. I apologize. The sleds look identical. It is Kurt Bowerly in the lead ahead of Ryan Kuhn. Then it's Gregory Weaver, Kyle Simonson, and Gabby Tetrault. Okay, now that I've got that corrected. Bowerly tries a triple and makes it, which propels him a little bit more space between himself and second place. As we're watching the second place rider Ryan Kuhn there with the drone footage. He's got that sled under good control, riding very, very well, as Bowerly is coming across taking the white flag already. Ryan Kuhn coming by, he gets the white flag. One lap remaining in this heat, then coming up next will be a Sport Light final. As our riders make it across, there goes Gregory Weaver, Kyle Simonson, and Gabby Tetrault. Okay, on the schedule here, I see a correction being made. We have a moto going to be run for the snow bikes before we do our Sport Light final. We'll get the lineup sheet for that and get that one rolling, as the number 318 of Kurt Bowerly takes the win on this particular heat race. Then Ryan Kuhn on the 4.42, Gregory Weaver on the 78. Whoops. That's Devin Denman on the 972. I'm sorry, missed the scoring pod. Then the 78, Greg Weaver, Simonson, and Gabby Tetrault. Okay. Moto number one, heat number one. Our snow bikes. We have from Bozeman, Montana, Keaton Ward on the 195, Eden Prairie, Minnesota, Jacqueline Reese on the 27, William Van Hook, the number 88 from Sydney, Montana, Crandon, Wisconsin, Janice Brown on the 553, Constableville, New York, Nick Krager on the 296, Yannick Boucher on the number 53 from Hearst, Ontario, Coldwater, Ontario, RJ Marnock on the number 630, and Jesse Kirchmeier on the 42 from Arcade, New York. Plus a bunch of others that didn't make it to my sheet, but I'll have to do it off the electronic scoring and let you know how things are going. This is moto number one. Kirchmeier is out there in the lead. Now with the moto, they get points. And they run two different motos, and at the end of the second moto, they tabulate the points, and that determines who your overall winner will be. So instead of running 2 rounds in a final, they will run 2 motos. Yannick Boucher just tried to make a pass on Jesse Kirchmeier, running side by side into the FXR corner. Kirchmeier now back into the lead once again. So anyway, instead of running 2 rounds and a final, they run 2 rounds, tabulate the total points, and come out with an overall winner of the day. That's how that works. And we have our 2 bikes up front there. It's still a 53 ride of Boucher and Kirchmeier. Still trying to put on the show. Troy Horberty and third. Those riders are now making their way down the back stretch. And it is, said Kirchmeier back in the lead. Down the rhythm section. White flag is out, and that is Jesse Kirchmeier going by. Then the 57 ride. That's Horberty. Yannick Boucher in third now. Keith Ward and RJ Marnock. Top 5 as we run. Okay, this is the white flag, 1 lap remaining. Putting on a good show for you folks. Hope you're enjoying this. Remember, these start out as a 450cc dirt bike, as we're watching Kirchmeier navigate his way on this white flag lap. Going through the skidoo section, now we'll be hitting the Pirtek rhythm section. Looking for the checker flag once again, and does get the double checker. Jesse Kirchmeier. Ski in the front, track assembly in the back, and away they go. Troy Horberty comes across second. Yannick Boucher, Keaton Ward, and Nick Haig. Okay. I think that takes care of our snow bikes. We'll see them back again for their second moto. Now coming up next, we will run a final for our sport light class from Medina, Minnesota. Running the 747 players is Cameron Cole. From Hermantown, Minnesota. Running the number 102 Skidoo, that's Nathan LaValle. Justin Blazevic's on that 723 Arctic Cat from Zimmerman, Minnesota. Kyle Sand on the 210 Skidoo, Elk River, Minnesota. Your 5th qualifiers, Gavin Fleury on the 413 Skidoo from Ticonderoga, New York. Chance Teachin running the 500 Skidoo from Little Silver, New Jersey. William Cote is on the 211 Skidoo from St. Ansted, Quebec. Dryden, Michigan brings us Brock Conger on the 154 Skidoo. Cade Fleming is on the 433 Polaris from Westby, Wisconsin. Our 10th qualifier, Josh Connolly on the number 4 Skidoo from Hampton Falls, New Hampshire. Brandon Nelson, first pick on the back row on the 157 Polaris from Stacy, Minnesota. Dan Wallers from Grand Rapids, Minnesota, then number 171 Polaris. And from Ottsville, Pennsylvania, Stephen Max on the 151 Skidoo. And your 14th qualifier, Connor Campbell on the 331 Polaris out of Thunder Bay, Ontario. Sleds are making their round slowly, taking what they call a sight lap, trying to pick out what spot they will want to try and run to give them the greatest advantage. Taking a look at the track, they say. What's it like? What's it going to offer me? What can I do with it? And then we will go to a podium and introduce you to our top 3 finishers right after this Sport Light final. You can see the riders making their way across the back straightaway there through the U.S. Air Force rhythm section, trying to figure out doubles, triples. What do you think I ought to do here? As this race, it'll be intense. 14 riders will be attempting to get that checkered flag. We will now bring them up back to the start line, get them lined up according to pick. First qualifier gets first